Court calls the case, People versus Christopher Miller. Get away from me and take your chair with you.
Andrew Cho is appearing on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Edward Duke is on behalf of Christopher Miller.
Your name, sir?
Christopher Miller, sir.
Thank you. You're requesting an adjournment.
Yes, I'm looking to obtain the video, and I've spoken to the prosecutor about it.
Not objection, probable cause conference will be adjourned to February 27th, 2025, 9 a.m. Bond continued.
May I say one thing, sir?
Okay, go ahead.
Your Honor, you would like to address bond just briefly?
Oh, okay, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna say this myself, sir. So I did mess up, sir. I was nervous about going to jail, and I did mess up and take a shot, and I would say that. But I did have a lot to think about while I was in here last, on account of.
Did you?
Yes, because what had happened was something that happened to my wife while I was in there. She had a miscarriage, and I wasn't even able to be there for her while she was in there. So that kind of like really sunk in that I messed up this time, especially after you gave me a chance, sir. So I was just trying to see if I could possibly get a new encounter, try a chance to show you.
Mr. Miller, so that we're clear, Mr. Druk has made a very eloquent argument for you. It would be typically something where I would have blocked you off. I got sort of wooed by Mr. Drukas. I let you go, told you needed to go over and to test.
Yes, sir.
Sitting in my chambers. Wasn't 20 minutes. You went over and you blew numbers. If I had done what I normally did, we would probably not known that you had been drinking, but I did.
Yes, sir. I understand. Like I said, I've just really been trying to take care of this situation. That's why I turned myself in on it. Like, this is something that I wanted to address because I do have a good job, sir, and I was trying to get everything taken care of. And I promise you would give me another chance.
Twice. I gave you a break the first time. You messed that up. You were standing before me after having drank. I let you go over. You tested positive. I'm not changing your bond.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That is why Drukas wasn't speaking. There was nothing to say.
Your Honor, may I make a brief request as to bond?
Yes, you may.
Thank you, Your Honor. Since coming into custody, very unfortunately, Mr. Pinkston has had to have emergency gallbladder surgery. It is my understanding that that took place this past weekend. He was taken to the hospital, then of course brought back to the jail. Since I've been meeting with him, I've personally seen a steep decline in his physical health. He is in severe pain. I have spoken to his mother, who resides in Monroe, with Mr. Pinkston's stepfather. He's asking that he be released on both cases on a PR bond. The only other thing holding him is a $100 bond on a DWLS out of 15th. We're asking that he be released today on a PR bond so that he can reside at home with his mother in Monroe while recovering from his surgery. These cases are nonviolent allegations. He has waived his right to a preliminary exam. We ask that he be released today on these matters.
Ms. Lundy.
If I recall correctly, I'm pulling up my notes now to double check, but the defendant was out on bench warrant status in the 24F4 matter for some months and only came back in to face these charges as a result of being picked up new possession of methamphetamine case, the 25 case, where he was, I believe, found slumped over, semi-conscious in a vehicle that was parked at a gas station, I believe. And then the drugs were found in his vehicle. So I am concerned that if he is released, he will not remain law abiding.
Respond, Your Honor.
Sure.
He's in a wheelchair. He's in severe pain. He would be staying at his mom's house. I have zero reason to believe that he would commit any sort of failure to appear even, or any bond violations of any kind. He would be more or less bedridden, staying with his mother. His mother is not a drug user and does not have drugs in the home. I would be asking that he be released so he can deal with these cases while recovering at home.
Motion for bond reduction is denied. Defendant, he picked up the new case while he was out on bench warrant status on this one, from my understanding.
I understand, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right, Esteban.
Your Honor, Esteban, Mr. Williams was picked up yesterday on a tether violation. His tether died. He did have a $10,000 personal bond prior to that. I spoke with my client about that. His tether needs a new cord. So I think as long as we get a new cord, like a charging cord. So I think as long as he can get that.
Seriously?
Yes, Judge.
That's all it was, Your Honor. I just needed the cord, and I borrowed a friend, and then we got mad, took it back or something. It was crazy. It happened, and it started beeping. And I said, I was so tired.
Hold on a moment. So where's the cord?
The guy that I got through between the two, which cord was which, one was damaged, one wasn't. And so it was confused between the two, which cord was one. I didn't want to get into a whole, you know.
Hold on a second. Did the cord go back to community corrections?
I could refund it as soon as possible. I could pay for it, sir. But I don't know. I don't know where it went to. I fell asleep and woke up and it was gone. You know what I mean? Certain different things. I'm not sure what happened to it.
Was this at the homeless shelter?
Yeah, it was at the shelter. So I stayed at the shelter. So, you know what I mean? I just woke up and my stuff was scrambled through. And I'm like, man, is that my cord? He's like, no, it's not. This is my cord. So I just left it alone. You know, you can't something like that.
Did you do that? Because
it was one or 2 days, like 1.5 days I had the cord.
Well, if the guy took your cord, why didn't you call community corrections? Tell him that other guy's got my cord. I need a new one.
You didn't think to do that?
I was about to, but I didn't get around to it in time. They called me before I could get up there.
I don't need a response. Motion for bond reduction denied. Bond will continue.
Thank you so much, Your Honor.
What is that?
He said it's. Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes. Thank you. Ain't that an answer? It sounds like a story I had with my phone charger. I woke up, somebody took my charger. Rushing. Did you think that was gonna work? No, don't even answer. No, I'm just asking.
Your Honor, they have some experiences that happen to them.
No, I agree. I agree. Yes,
Thank you.
Mr. Brown.
Esteban, Your Honor, my client's in a family way. She's 30 weeks pregnant.
I understood what you're.
I figured.
Go ahead.
She is 30 weeks pregnant, Your Honor. She's very high risk. She was given a prescription before she started this pregnancy, and that prescription has not been given to her in the jail. She has no prenatal care while in the jail. She's already had an incident where she's had to go to the hospital once while in custody. I am asking for her release. She advises that she can stay with her fiance. No one involved in this matter. I believe the complaining witness is a minor child that she has no contact with currently. And she has no contact with her mother either. I'm asking that she be released as she is 30 weeks pregnant, going on 31, obviously, and she's.
So the child that is the subject in 1006 is not her child.
It is my child.
It is, Your
I'm
Honor.
understanding it is her child. I believe the child is now with a different family member. And so that would be our biggest concern, is that make sure that there is no conflict.
You have a debit card.
Yeah. Well, who's the child with? Do we know?
My child's father, Your Honor.
That's our understanding on it, that the child's with its father.
Was there anything else in the?
No, I'll leave it to the court's discretion. I've been talking to Mr. Ballinger and one of his colleagues previously about resolving this case. Well, we want to see Ms. Solomon work on herself, and I think we can reach a resolution. I think she can be an excellent mother if she gets some things figured out.
Without saying the names on the record, I have 3 names listed on her bond form of no contact. is one of those individuals child?
All three of them. All three of them are. All three of my children.
So they're all three your children that are
Yes.
missing.
Your Honor, we had requested no contact with any minor. I don't know if that's going to be an issue, but that might be
That will not be an issue.
okay for now.
That won't be an issue.
That will not be an issue, Your Honor. She advises that she can stay with her fiance. He lives in the city of Westland. She would not be in the vicinity of children.
Then let me ask this, is CPS currently involved?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
I haven't had any contact with them since I've been in here, besides to discuss whether or not they were gonna do a mandatory, custody petition.
I know that they are working eventually on reunification, Your Honor, but at this time, she hasn't been.
That doesn't, okay, all right, guys, all right. Since the no contacts are already in place and given what council's indicated, defense council's for.
That's a call.
I'm gonna add a provision of no contact with any minor children. I'll set her bond in the amount of $50,000 personal recognizance bond.
And Your Honor, if I may, my concern is that if she has the baby would be a minor child, obviously. Would she have permission to?
You are so bright.
It is a concern.
Your brilliance amazes me every week, Mr. Bellinger.
Just wanted to make sure that she'd be allowed to.
So, okay, Mr. Bellinger, I hear you. Do you really think I would find a bond violation?
I don't, Your
Because
Honor.
she's in contact with,
I don't, Your Honor. But I just
so
want,
you're just gonna talk about it.
you never know. But you never know with these prosecutors, Your Honor.
A bunch of troublemakers up here. You like to do our job.
Yeah, you.
Too well sometimes.
Wow.
Too well.
Wow. Boy, I know. Just. Okay. Did you want me to make that exception?
Yes, Your Honor.
No, I'm not gonna make it an exception. It's not gonna be a bond violation.
Okay, thank you.
It's just not, I mean,
Thank you, Your Honor.
he almost blew it. I almost said, this is gonna get too complicated, so.
We got some overzealous people working here, Your Honor.
All right,
I do appreciate everything that you're doing, Your
No
Honor.
offense.
Mhm.
take care. Good luck to you.
You too, thank you.
All right. We'll be in touch, okay?
What did they have this? Because if the baby's born, that'll be a child. Brilliant. No, brilliant, brother. Court calls the case.
May I address a tether issue very briefly?
Briefly.
Judge, I don't think the prosecutor is going to object to this. My client's wearing a tether. We've discussed this before. She's a top chef which is extremely professionally embarrassing to her. She lives in Wayne County. The alleged victim lives in Ann Arbor. It's about 40 minutes apart. There's been no contact on her side. The victim is continually calling her, would like to repair the relationship. That all being said, my client has not answered any phone calls. She's not a threat. She will not go to Ann Arbor except to meet here in the courtroom, Judge. And she's asking that because she's a professional. It's truly embarrassing for her to be walking around as a chef wearing a tether. We're asking that you allow her to take that tether off.
I suppose incarceration is less embarrassing.
I'm sorry?
Never mind. Response from the people?
Your Honor, leave it in the discretion of the court.
Well, other than court proceedings, she has no reason to be in Washington County, is that right?
No, I don't.
We're gonna need an order in. I will order that the tether can be removed effective today. The defendant is not to enter Washington County under any circumstances except for court-related proceedings.
Thank you, Judge.
Yes, sir.
This is probably a stupid question, but that also,
Probably is. Go ahead.
seeing me at my office at Ypsilanti, I mean,
That would seem to be a court-related proceeding.
that's what I thought. Thanks, Judge. Really appreciate your consideration.
Stephanie Cannon on behalf of, sorry, Your Honor, he is not here. Thank you. Thank you. He was just right there. On behalf of
He was just right.
Terrence Robinson, he was, Your Honor, he was like this tall.
So when you said he's not here, you mean he's in the building, he's just not.
Yes, he is here. We just met. He came in right behind me. I don't. Your Honor, yes, he's the very tall one.
Light gray sweatpants.
Yes.
Wow.
She saw him too.
Apparently.
That did not seem to.
It also describes the Jolly Green.
He did also check.
Okay.
He went to bed.
So
Your Honor, can we just pass this for a few more minutes?
if I said no, what would you do? You don't know. I'll pass it.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Seems to me if you look in the hallway, given that description, you can't miss it. Court calls the case, People versus Michael Rudisil.
Stephanie Cannon on behalf.
You don't have that one either? Cannon, you don't have that client either. Client, you know what? All right, I'll pass that. We'll just pass it to the Cannon docket. Not this one.
Oh, you know what?
Court does call the case of the People versus Terrence Robinson.
Stephanie Cannon on behalf of Mr. Robinson, who's appearing to my right. Mr. Robinson, could you please state your name for the record?
Terrence Robinson. My mother is here too.
Your Honor, my client has decided that he would like to exercise his right to a preliminary exam.
Where they don't have a problem setting a preliminary examination. Counsel approach.
Yes, Your Honor. I want you to read this. I want you to understand what he's going to talk to you about.
I gotta say I didn't.
Okay, so here's part of the problem.
Those are terms of probation for guilty people.
Okay, Mr. Robbins,
Don't talk unless the judge talks.
you're gonna need to be quiet now. Okay. All right. So I gave you a copy of the bond violation report, and the bond violation report indicates that the defendant was placed on the tether per court order. And hasn't been keeping it charged. There's also an indication that he was released from the jail, and the jail nor community correction staff knew that he was to be placed on a GPS tether. However, no court documents spoke and they were released. So the issue, my staff thinks, but we don't know, may have really been our communication system that from arraignment would have sent those documents to the various agencies.
Understand.
Okay, so that may have been it, and why when the request for the warrant came over, I did not sign it because I wasn't sure. I mean, I could see it in the file, but I did not have a narrative of what allegedly transpired. Okay, so I'm not going to find a violation or anything, and I don't have a problem. He wants it set for preliminary examination.
He does, Your Honor.
All right. So, Mr. Robinson, here's going to be the problem, and I can overhear you when you were talking up there. Whether or not I put you on it or not is, in certain respects, irrelevant. A judicial officer has ordered you on the GPS tether. So what I'm going to suggest to you is that you comply with that order. Okay?
I will, because you told me.
Okay. So you got to make sure to put that on, have it charged. Okay. You got it? So I don't want to, so I'm just going to be blunt with you. I don't want to get a report saying he doesn't have a charge because now I know I told you. Okay. And you can be mad with me if you want, but you know how I am. If people get mad with I don't care. Okay.
I don't get mad.
Okay. So then the next thing is, so I want you to do that. Now, the next thing is, and what I'm worried about, you haven't been taking anything, have you?
I've been going into recovery, and during this process, I have fell off the bandwagon. So
You did what?
I have fell off the bandwagon. I've been trying to get into recovery. I was at the hospital going into home of New Vision. They wouldn't let me in there because I didn't have my meds. The jail took my meds. They won't let me in there because I don't have my proper prescriptions to come in there. And when I tell you it's been a runaround.
Okay. All right. Hold on a second. So here's what I hear you saying to me. Okay. And you tell me if I'm wrong. You're supposed to be on certain medications. You're not on those medications right now because for whatever the reason is, you don't have access to them. Right. Okay. So now do you get those medications through your doctor or are you with CMH?
CMH.
You're with CMH?
What is CMH?
Community Mental Health.
Yes.
Yes, that's okay. So that's where you get those, right?
Yes, and to save a long story, it's just there's a problem with my insurance and all this type of stuff. But I'm still working on that. But the jail would have just gave me a minute.
Okay, hold on. Just
nothing. All right.
Red, let's do this. Let's step away from trying to blame anybody. Let's get you back on your meds if we can. How about that? Fair enough? Okay. So it's you. It's you, Ken.
It's 100%.
No, it is
It's
100%
100%
you.
me.
It is you. Everything was going fine my whole day.
It was.
And then you. Yeah. All right.
Your Honor, is there a way for me to go to the jail to get his meds? Will they release his?
I don't.
To me?
I don't know what the jail has done with
So
those.
the problem is apparently they had just been refilled in their psychotropics. So
And so he can't. Right. Okay. So I don't know.
Okay.
And what I'd suggest that you do is you call jail. See what? No. I know you called the jail. I'm gonna have other people call.
I got something else for you.
Okay.
Permission to speak?
Yeah, go ahead.
I talked to my brother Andrew Robinson, as sheriff. He talked to the captain. The captain told me exactly what I was supposed to do. The captain of Washtenaw County. I'll go fishing, whatever, don't matter. But they said to tell them I have identifiable meds. So I have to call him again. But he said if I don't say it like that,
okay, all right.
I don't understand what I'm saying.
Just listen.
But
why don't we do this? I'm gonna let your attorney work on that.
we'll do it together today. Okay.
Oh, okay. Because maybe she doesn't have to say the same things that you say.
Okay.
Okay. So we're gonna do that. And then because of the we need a new order.
I did verify that, yes.
Yeah, okay. So that hasn't been charged.
That I don't know.
No,
I mean,
he hasn't
monetarily
charged
wise.
it. He hasn't charged
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
he hasn't.
Man. Okay. So I'm gonna let your attorney check into that, see if they can get it back. You have a worker with CMH?
Yes.
Have you talked to them?
Yes.
Okay.
But I'm telling you. This tether right here is giving me a hard time.
No, the tether's not giving you a hard time.
Okay, well then maybe it's not the tether.
No, it's not.
Me not having my meds.
I got you.
I cannot.
That's what's giving you a hard time.
So it's causing me to come back out into a world that I've been long far away from.
I hear you. So that's why what I want to do first and foremost is I want to get you back, see if we can get you back on your meds. Okay. So I don't want you worrying about the tether. Don't let that bother you. You get angry with the tether, then get angry with me, okay? Because I'm putting it on you, and we're gonna sign a new order so that that happens. Here's what I want you to do. I want you, so Ms. Cannon, you're gonna try to check into that and.
It's my last case, Your Honor. I'm going to go address it now.
Okay, so we're gonna try to see what we can do for you on that end, okay? Make sure to give Ms. Cannon who your CMH worker is, so that she can reach, that's Ms. Cannon, okay? So that she can reach out if she needs to that person, as well as talk to the sheriff's department and see about this other thing, okay? All right. But one thing I want you to do is I also want you to get yourself over to community corrections and make sure your tether unit's working. Okay. Now, Mr. Robinson, your counsel's asked me to set this for a preliminary examination. Is that what you want right away, or you want me to adjourn it out a couple weeks and see where we are and sort of monitor where your meds are and stuff like that, and then make a decision what to do with your case?
A speedy trial, because this was very.
Okay, I don't want you talking about the case itself.
A speedy trial.
Okay, so you want, all right. So let's do this then. And Miss Cannon, your discovery is complete.
Your Honor, this is actually Attorney Feaster's case, and I'm so happy he shared it with me. And he told me
You know, a little bit more sincerity in your voice. Great.
he told me to
Go
set
ahead.
it for a preliminary exam, so I'm going to have to
Oh,
say
that's
to
what
the best
he
of my
instructed. Okay,
knowledge that
That's
the
fine.
case is ready to move forward.
all right. And would the people be able to have their witnesses available the 25th?
Yes, Your Honor, we'll do our best. And
All
I'd
right.
just like to address one matter before we're all done.
Okay, that's fine. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give you a preliminary examination, okay? I'll set it in person, February 25th, 2025, 9 a.m. And I'm gonna set that before me,
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
okay? And then, yes.
Your Honor, thank you. As I indicated at the bench, I have some concerns in the moment about whether or not there's impairment in play also. I understand we've discussed mental health issues that may be in play, strangulation, heard wings, or your exes. My concerns are certainly endeavoring to address all these issues. I'm worried we're going to have somebody walking out of the courtroom that doesn't have a tether on them. Probably has some mental health issues in play and may or may not also be impaired. At least order test maybe.
I am going to order So let me ask you this.
I wanted to treat me, Your Honor.
No, just listen. Listen to me, okay? Because I'm going to need you to do some things. All right? And I'm going to ask you a question. I just need you to be honest with me.
Yes.
All right? If I send you over now for a drug test,
I'm gonna drop dirty, sir.
you're going to drop dirty?
Yes.
Okay. Let me ask you
That's
this.
it.
Hold on. Just hold on.
Ms. Robinson.
What's going to show up in your system?
Cocaine. It would be cocaine. It would probably be alcohol from last night. And it would probably also be, I did get it, but I'm prescribed that.
Okay. So let's do this.
And Suboxone probably be there too.
What do you say?
I'm prescribed Suboxone. So I'm staying away from.
Hold on a second. So you're prescribed Suboxone?
Yes. So what I am doing is, what do you call it? I'm self-medicating because.
Yeah, I know.
I can't get my meds.
Okay.
I don't do this. That's not what I do.
Okay. All right. So didn't necessarily expect all of that.
I'm gonna keep it real.
So, Mr. Robinson, here's what I'm gonna do. We got to change the plan. Okay, I'm just gonna let you know. Because now I'm really worried about you. Okay.
I need my.
No, you need to listen to me.
Don't take me to jail.
Huh?
You really about to put me in jail? I'm going to
tell me. Hold on,
I'm going to go through everything.
Mr. Robbins. Mr. Robbins.
Home and New Vision is waiting for me right now. Once I get my meds, and you can, this is all verified.
So just listen. Listen. Here's the way I'll do it. I am gonna
do not arrest me.
Just listen. Listen to me. Because I don't want to make this any more difficult than it has to be. Mr. Robbins,
I'm listening.
now here's what I want you to do. I'm gonna have my bailiffs take you in. I'm gonna ask counsel to call, just listen. I'm gonna have your counsel contact Home and New Vision. If they tell me what you said and we can get your meds, then I'm gonna let you right out and let you get there.
Yeah, Lauren.
Okay? I don't know.
I swear before the court, Your Honor.
Mr. Robinson.
A bid for me.
Mr. Robinson.
I don't want to go in that motherfucker. Shit.
Okay.
Sorry.
I ain't
Sorry.
gonna take those words.
I apologize.
My bailiff's gonna take you. We're gonna check on some things and then figure out, go with my, Mr. Robinson, just go with my bailiff. Because if you make it difficult, we're gonna have a real problem.
Actually, remember, you can drop me. I'm probably clean. That was a good.
Yeah, go ahead. We'll figure it out.
The shirt from?
All righty. No, thank you. All right.
This is, by the way, this is,
Well, yeah, that's kind of his. Okay, so